In today's video, I will be showing the top 3 small forward builds on NBA 2K25. Now, the 3 different builds I'm going to be showing you guys is a tall ISO build, a tall lockdown build, and a tall slasher build on NBA 2K25. Now, small forward is kind of a weird position this year. You don't really find many of them, but I just happened to create probably the 3 best and most fun small forward builds you can make on NBA 2K25. So you guys know the drill. I don't like to waste any time. But before I get into the top 3 small forward builds, I would like to thank YouTube Premium for sponsoring this video. Now, I'm going to leave a link at the top of the description that will give you YouTube Premium completely free for 2 months. And if you decide to continue your subscription after that, then I may get a commission. You'll be supporting me while also getting extra benefits from YouTube Premium. Just a few of these benefits from YouTube Premium is that you get absolutely no ads. We all know how annoying ads are on YouTube, and with YouTube Premium, you will not get any. Another perk of YouTube Premium is that you can play videos and listen to music in the background of your phone completely uninterrupted, and you can download videos too. So YouTube Premium has all these perks. So if you guys want 2 months of YouTube Premium completely free, then click the link at the top of the description. And I do want to reiterate that I may get a commission. Thank you to YouTube Premium for sponsoring this video. And now it's time to show you guys the best 3 small forward builds on NBA 2K25. If you guys make any of these builds or you want to support the channel, do me a favor and drop a like or subscribe if you're new. But let's get into the small forward builds. So the first small forward build that I'm going to be showing is a slasher. This is a slasher type small forward. This is great in park to ISO on 2s. It's a good 2-guard build on the 3s, and this is also very good in rec. So to start off with this build, you go 6'8", 211 pounds, 7'2" wingspan, and I have a version of this build that I'm going to show you guys after this, but I'm going to show you guys the version that I would make if I could do it all over again. So on these type of builds, I always like to start with my physicals, and you're going to go all the way up to an 85 speed, an 80 agility, max out your strength to an 84, and then go all the way up to an 85 vertical. Next, come up to your driving dunk, and you're going to want to have a 91 driving dunk on this build, but that is only because this is where you will use your +5 cap breakers. As you can see on the bottom right, to get Hall of Fame posterizer, all you need is a 96 driving dunk and an 85 vertical. We already have the vertical. Use your +5 cap breakers on this, and you will have Hall of Fame posterizer, and then use your max +1 tier 1 badge, and you will have legend posterizer on this build. Next, come down to your 3-point, and you're going to max it out on this build all the way up to an 81, and then put your mid-range up to a 75. With an 81 3-pointer, you should be able to hit every single wide open shot after the patch where they made jump shots easier. If you guys need a good jump shot, check out my last jump shot video that I uploaded a few days ago. I showed you guys the best jump shot for the 6'5" to 6'9" builds, which you can use for any of these small forward builds, and I actually use that jump shot. It is really cash. Next, your ball handle, you're going to want to put your ball handle all the way up to an 84, and you're going to max out your speed with ball, and then put your pass accuracy up to a 71, so you at least get silver dimer. So with an 84 ball handle, as you can see, not only do you get Hall of Fame strong handle, but you get the super important Luka Doncic crossover, which is absolutely game-changing on slasher builds. It puts you around players. That's why I went with an 84 ball handle on this build. I'm going to go over all these attributes after I put everything up. Your defense is very good on this build. Go with an 85 perimeter and an 85 steal. Go ahead and put your block all the way up to a 68, so you unlock that bronze high-flying denier, and then max your offensive rebound to 80, and then use those last 2 points on defensive rebound, and that is the slasher build. So let's go over these ratings, and then I will explain or show you guys my other slasher build that I made, which you can make, or you can make this one. It's basically up to you. So you have a 91 driving dunk off rip, but this is where you use your cap breakers to put this up to a 96 driving dunk, so that you will have legend posterizer when you use your max +1 badge, and you need that 85 vertical for Hall of Fame posterizer. Next, 3-point shot, 81. If you're wide open, you will not miss. You get silver set shot specialist, but just an 81 3-pointer is more than high enough to hit all your wide open shots. 75 mid-range, so if you do take a midi, it can be very consistent. You don't need as high of a mid-range as a 3 to hit open shots. 84 ball handles, so not only do you get silver handles for days, but you also get Hall of Fame strong handle. You can just bully little guards out of the way if you want to be the ISO player on the 2s with this build. 71 pass accuracy, so you get silver dimer. You don't need that high of a pass accuracy. On most of my guard builds, 71 is kind of the sweet spot. 77 speed with ball, so you get at least silver lightning launch, but you just want to max your speed with ball. Probably the most important stat for any build this year that's going to have the ball in their hands. Both of your key defensive stats will be 85, so you get all of the on-ball defensive badges on silver, and then you get silver glove and gold interceptor with that 85 steal. 68 block. You have basically max wingspan at 6'8" with a very high speed, so you'll get bronze high flying denier. You'll be able to block shots. You're not going to need interior defense because people aren't really going to force it up on you, and if they are, you're 6'8" with a very high wingspan, and you have high strength, so you're not going to get bullied. Max out your offensive rebound on this build, because on this build, if you're in rec, you're most likely playing the corner, crashing for rebounds, or if you play, or on the 3s, same thing. But if you play 2s and you ISO on this build, whenever you go up on a guard, if it makes you go up the layup, you can get your own rebounds. But more importantly, when you pass to your popper, if they do miss and you're going against a guard, you will have an 80 offensive rebound, and you will be able to get the rebound the majority of the time, and then a 67 defensive, so you can still get very good rebounds. As you see, you get silver rebound chaser. 85 speed, so you're fast. 80 agility, so at 6'8", you're pretty good laterally. 84 strength, which is what you need for that Hall of Fame strong handle, and then 85 vertical, so you can get that Hall of Fame posterizer. And when you make this build, it is literally what you are. You have built a two-way inside-out slasher. That is your game plan. You're a defensive player that can shoot, but you are a slasher. You're a two-way inside-out slasher. Let me show you guys my version of this build that I have right now, my high flyer. So this is my high flyer build, the slasher that I have, and the big difference you can see is I ended up going with a 99 driving dunk and a 90 vertical on this build. That's why you're called a high flyer, because of the high vertical. But I have the same 3-point. My ball handle is actually higher on the build I just showed because I value that Luka crossover. I also put more agility on the build I just showed because I noticed this build is very slow defensively. And also on the build I just showed, you have a higher offensive rebound, which I think is more important. And your stats, your defensive stats, are way higher. I honestly just don't think having a 99 driving dunk and a 90 vertical is worth it compared to where you could have this at 91, put your cap breaker to 96, and only have an 85 vert. You save so many attributes by actually being able to have very good defense, have a higher agility, and have a higher ball handle. That's why I recommend the build I just showed you guys. So the next build that I'm going to show you guys is a 6'6" point forward. But not only is this a point forward, but this is also very good to use as a shooting guard in rec, pro-am. You can run the 1 or 2 on this build in park. But if we were playing 2s, it's also a very good point guard build on the 2s. Let me do my ratings and then explain why each rating is at that number. So we're going to start out at the 3-point, and you're going to have your 3-point at an 85 and your mid-range at a 90. And the reason for this is because you're going to use your cap breakers on these two attributes. As you guys can see, actually, we're going to do our agility real quick. We're going to put this up to an 80. And then we're going to do, we'll just do all our physicals right now. Put your agility up to an 80. Put your speed up to an 86. And then put your vertical up to a 62, and then your strength will end up being a 50 after you put up some more attributes. But this is why you have these shooting attributes here. So you're going to want to use your cap breakers to get an 89 3-point. As you can see, that will unlock silver limitless range, and that is 4 cap breaker points. And then use that 5th and final cap breaker point, not counting the level 40 season 2 reward, because you can do that on whatever you want after. We're just thinking about the 5 cap breakers of right now. Use that last cap breaker point to a 91 mid-range, which, as you guys can see, will unlock you gold Shifty Shooter. And I just think Shifty Shooter is the best shooting badge. That and Set Shot Specialist, those are the 2 best shooting badges. So this build can fade from the mid-range, have really consistent middies. So that is why I ended up going with a 90 mid, 85 3-point, 4 cap breakers on 3-point, 1 cap breaker on your mid-range. Come up to your driving dunk, and you're going to want to put this up to an 82. And the reason why you have an 82 driving dunk and a 62 vertical is so that you can unlock the Anthony Edwards dunk package, which is the best dunk package for any build that is 6'5" to 6'9". That Anthony Edwards dunk package has the quick drops off one, it has good one-handers, and it requires an 82 driving dunk and a 62 vert, so that's why you have those numbers there. You're going to put your ball handle all the way up to a 92, so you get gold handles for days, gold unpluckable, and you get the good dribble moves. And then of course max out your speed with ball for gold lightning launch, and this is where you're going to want to use your +1 to get Hall of Fame lightning launch. And then you put your pass accuracy up to a 71. Everyone always trips out about the pass accuracy, saying 71 pass accuracy isn't enough. Trust me, it is. Please don't comment saying 71 pass accuracy isn't enough. Even in rec, it is more than good enough. You're not throwing the ball across the court. As long as you make smart passes, it is high enough. By the way, I would recommend this in rec be the shooting guard, not the point guard. I just don't think these tall builds are good at point guard unless you're running twos. But even if you're running twos, I still think the shorter point guards are better, but this is a point forward build. So come to your perimeter defense and put this all the way up to an 85. Same thing with your steal, up to an 85. And then your block all the way up to a 68. And then finish the build by putting 3 points on your interior defense. And of course you need a standing dunk, which you will put up to a 45. And then put these last points on whatever. If you're going to play rec, you can put it on your free throw, get it up to a 73 so they're consistent. And this is the point forward build. Now, I want to reiterate this. This is more of a shooting guard build for rec, right? You're going to have silver limitless and 89 3-point. You're going to be tall, so you can play the top of the key and play very good defense with these 85 perimeter, 85 steal. And this is good on the twos. I just think if you are going to run point guard on threes, rec, pro-am, that unless you're ISOing, this wouldn't be a horrible ISO build, that you just want a 6'3" or 6'2" or even a 5'9" player. The shorter players just dominate this year. They get better attributes, but I know some people like these taller players. They like these point forwards, so that's why I decided to show this. Let's go over the attributes one more time. 3-point 85, mid-range 90. Use 4 of your cap breakers on your 3-point. Get this to an 89, so you unlock silver limitless. And then use that final cap breaker on your mid-range. Get this to a 91, so that you unlock gold shifty shooter. And if you want, you can get Hall of Fame shifty shooter with your +1. But I would recommend using that on lightning launch to get this on Hall of Fame. 82 driving dunk, because that is what gets you the Anthony Edwards dunk package, which is completely broken on this build. Standing dunk 45. So that you can just get the good standing dunk animations. 92 ball handle for gold handles for days and the best dribbling animations. 86 speed with ball. You want to max this on any point guard build. The most important stat. 71 pass accuracy, so you get at least silver dimer. People overrate pass accuracy. If once you have it in the 70s, it does not make a big difference between 71 and 85. Trust me. And then your defense on this build is very good. 85 perimeter, 85 steal, so you get all the silver on ball defensive badges. You get silver glove, gold interceptor, 68 block for bronze high flying denier, and then with an 86 speed and 80 agility, you are pretty fast for being 6'6". And this is how you know it's a good build, because all the best point guard builds in 2K25 are called a two-way 3-level shot creator. This is the 6'6" point forward build, the best small forward point forward build you can make. Let me show you guys the best small forward lockdown build you can make on NBA 2K25. So I already showed you guys a slasher build that is not only pretty competitively viable, but is extremely fun to play on, and then a point forward build for Park that you can also run as a great shooting guard in rec if you want to have a taller shooting guard. Now it's time for the lockdown build. If you want to have a tall lock, here you go. 6'7" small forward, 218 pounds, 7'3" wingspan. You're going to want to max out your 3-point, and then surprisingly, you want to put your mid-range up to an 85 so that you get silver deadeye, which is extremely important for those closeouts in the corner, but so that you can also unlock the better jump shot animations. And since most of these tall locks are going to be playing rec, go ahead and put your free throw all the way up to an 88. Next, you're a lockdown. Let's go ahead and go to our perimeter defense. You're going to want to put both this and your steal all the way up to a 94, and then you're going to want to use 3 of your cap breakers on perimeter defense. Get this up to a 97 so that you will have pick dodger on Hall of Fame, and then use 2 on steal so that you will get glove on Hall of Fame. Let's go down to our physicals real quick. You're going to want to max out your speed and max out your agility, max out your strength as well, and then put your vertical up to a 65. As you can see, you automatically get these gold and you get Hall of Fame interceptor, but you want to use 2 cap breakers on steal, 3 on perimeter defense, so you'll have a 97 perimeter and a 96 steal. You're going to want to put your block on this build up to a 74, so you get bronze paint patroller, and you're going to want to at least be able to dunk the ball on this build. Go ahead and put your driving dunk up to a 73, so you unlock bronze posterizer, and then put a 72 standing dunk so that you will get bronze rise up. Now locks, we all know what do you do on offense? You stand in the corner and you cut to the paint. When you cut to the paint, you're going to catch the ball, and you're going to need it to get a very fast standing dunk, and that's why you have a high standing dunk on this build. Come down to your pass accuracy, put this up to a 71, so you at least get silver dimer and you can pass the ball. And then your rebounding, you're going to want to have your offensive rebounding up to a 70 and put your defensive rebound up to a 60, and that is the lockdown build. Now let's go over the attributes one final time. Steal and perimeter defense are at 94 as of right now, but use 3 of your cap breakers on your perimeter defense to get this to a 97, so you'll get Hall of Fame Challenger, Hall of Fame On-Ball Menace, and Hall of Fame Pick Dodger. And then you're going to want to put your steal up to a 96. Use your last 2 cap breakers on this, so you get Hall of Fame Glove. 79 3-point, so you can at least shoot consistently from the corner, and an 85 mid-range, so you get Silver Deadeye, and so that you unlock better jump shots on this lockdown build. 72 standing, because when you cut to the paint and you catch the ball in the paint, you're going to want to be able to get fast standing dunks. 73 driving dunks, so you can get good driving dunks, and you at least unlock bronze posterizer, which will trigger when you do those standing dunks. Next, 70 offensive rebound. You're going to be crashing on offense more than you are defense, because on offense you're in the corner, you're going to be crashing from the corner, and on defense you're obviously going to be guarding ball, so you're not really crashing. What you're going to be doing is running fast breaks, so you do not really need defensive rebound on this build. And since you're a lockdown, the physicals are extremely important. 90 speed, so you're as fast as possible. 85 agility, so you're as fast as possible laterally. And then an 85 strength, so you do get that gold immovable enforcer, so you can really bump people. This is the 6'7" lockdown build. I'm gonna have a whole nother video of like the top 3 lockdown builds for you guys in the future. But if you want a taller, small forward lockdown build that's good for rec, threes, if you just want to be tall, go ahead and make this. This is extremely good. And when you make this build, you are called a 3-and-D wing, which is what you are. You shoot threes and you play some defense. You are a 3-and-D wing. So that's it. Those are the best 3 small forward builds that you can make on NBA 2K25. Small forward is kind of a weird position this year. That's why I didn't really make any super tall ones. The tallest small forward I made was 6'8", because 6'9", 6'10s, honestly, those are like center heights this year. The taller builds they made extremely weird this year, but I showed you guys 1 slasher build, 1 point forward / shooting guard build, and 1 lockdown build. If you guys made any of the builds I showed you in this video, or you just want to help support the channel, please do me a favor and drop a like, sub if you're new, and I'm out.